class, happy Tuesday, and it's Spirit Day, yay! Today's Spirit Day is colors, so first grade is wearing blue. So I wore my blue Teacher Colorado shirt. See, this looks like the Colorado flag, but it's an apple, like apples represent teachers kind of thing. So that's my blue today. What blue are you wearing? I want to see your pictures. Send them to Mrs. Conniff so that they get on Facebook, and you should see me on there too if I remember to send my picture to Miss Conniff. I keep forgetting every week to send it out. Anyway, today in math we are continuing to talk about money and specifically coins, and we're going to be counting coins together. Okay, so remember that a quarter is worth how much? 25 cents, because it's a quarter of a dollar. A dime is worth 10 cents. And I put two up here so that you can see the heads and the tails. But since we have two quarters would be worth 50 cents, right? Because 25 plus 25 is 50. Now we have two dimes. 10 plus 10 is 20. So 2 dimes would be 20 cents. Here we have a nickel, and a nickel is worth 5 cents. And so we have 2 nickels, it would be worth 5, 10. So 2 nickels is worth 10 cents. And here we have a penny, and a penny is worth 1 cent. Good job. And we have 2 pennies, so we can just count those 1, 2. Now what we're going to be concentrating on today is counting multiple coins at one time. There's one coin that I didn't mention, and I don't have a picture of that coin, but it's not a coin that you see very common, but it's called a half dollar. So if a dollar is 100 cents, what's half a dollar? Half a dollar would be 50 cents, because 50 is half of 100. So there's a coin that's bigger, and it's called a half dollar. Actually, Max has one somewhere. Let me go see if I can find it. Well, I didn't find Max's, but I did print a picture of it. So this is a picture of a half dollar, and it says on the tail side, the back side, that it's a half dollar, which is 50 cents. So you'll see that it has a picture of a president on it. This is a president that we call JFK, or John F. Kennedy. And yeah, this is a half dollar. They're not very common at all. You won't see them a lot, but we will be counting them today. So know that these are worth 50 cents. All right, shall we start counting? Let's go. All right, so when you have a group of coins that you want to count, it is best to start with your highest coin and then count on. For instance, in this group of coins, the quarter is our highest coin because it's worth 25 cents. So we'll start with the number 25 and we'll count on the rest of the coins. So then we'll pick the next highest, which would be our dime, which is worth 10. So we'll count on by 10. We all know how to count on by 10s and by 5s, right? And by 1. So this isn't as hard as it sounds. So we'll count on 25 by 110. 25, 35. Now we're stopped at 35. You can write it down so you don't get lost if you'd like. We have 35. So now we've got these two. Now we're going to count on by the next highest, which is our nickel, which is 5 cents. So we have 25, 35. Now we need to go up 5. 35, 40. So now we're stopped at 40. And then our lowest amount would be our penny, which is worth 1 cent. So if we count on by ones, that's just our normal counting, right? 30, or we're at 40, 41. So how many cents are total on the board? We have 41 cents. We started with our highest, which is usually your quarter, unless you have this guy, right? It's usually going to be your quarter, 25. Start with the next highest, 35, 40, 41. Let's do another one. All right, take a look at this group. We want to start with our highest, right? So we're going to start with our quarter. So we have 25 cents. Now notice we have 2 quarters, so we need to count both of those. We can even move them to where they need to be. Now in your workbook, you can't move them, but when you're counting coins, we can actually move them. So we have 25. If we have 2 quarters, that's half of a dollar, which is 50 cents. So 25 plus 25 is 50. And then we'll go up to the next ones, which is our tens, right? And we have 2 of them this time. So we have 50, 60, 70. We're going to go to our next highest, which is going to be our nickel. So now we're going to count by 5s. We have 70, 75. Now let's count by 1. 76, 77. We have 77 cents. Ready for another one? Here we go. All right, now on this one, we're going to start with our highest, which is this guy. Remember, he's not the quarter. A quarter has George Washington on it. So if it's not George Washington and it's big, it's probably a half dollar. But if you're not sure, you can turn it over, and on the back, I didn't cut this one out yet, but on the back, it'll say half dollar, just to make sure, because there are dollar coins as well, but we'll get into that later. All right, so we're going to start with our highest, which is 50 cents, and then we'll go count on from there. Let's count on by tens with our dime. 50, 60. Now we have 2 nickels, so we're going to count by 5. 60, 65, 70. Now we're going to count by 1. 71, 72, 73. I have 73, and that little symbol that represents cents is that little guy. It's a C with a line through it. 73 cents. So you guys are going to practice this in your workbook. Let's get to that page right now. It is on page 155 in the back of your book, 155. Now, if you want to do these on your own, you can turn me off and do page 155 and 156 on your own. If you would like help, then leave me on and I will do these with you. So here we go. What you're going to do, we have a bunch of purses, looks like 6 purses, and then a whole bunch of items that have price tags on them. There's certain purses that match the price tag items, and we need to find those items. All right, so the first purse, let's count how many are in there. We're going to start with our highest, which is 25, and it looks like we have 2 dimes and a nickel. So let's start with 25, and we'll count by tens for our dimes. 25, 35, 45. Now we need to count by 5 for our nickel. 25, 35, 45, 50. So it looks like if this is 50 cents, we would draw it to the grape drink, which would be 50 cents. Another way you could do it is you can label how much each are worth and then count on from there. That might be a little bit easier so that you can see it. Let's start with this next one. So this guy, that's that big one. We know that he is a half dollar worth 50 cents. I need a smaller marker. This guy, actually, hold on. I'm just going to write on this. Here we go. I'm just going to write straight on it. So we said that this one is 50 cents, right? There we go. Now let's look at this next one. We know that this little guy is worth 50 cents. A dime is worth how much? 10 cents. And a quarter is worth 25 cents. So now that we've written them all on there, now we can add on. Let's start with our highest, 50 cents, and we're going to add 25 cents. Well, 50 plus 25 is 75, and then we'll count on by 10, 75, 85. So we're looking for the price tag that says 85 cents, which looks like it's our beach ball. So we'll draw a line to our beach ball. Let's take a look at this next one. We have 2 dimes, which are both worth 10 cents each. So we'll write 10 cents above them. And we have 3 nickels, which are worth 5 cents each. There we go. So we have, now we can start counting by tens and then by 5s. Ready? 10, 20, switch to 5s, 25, 30, 35. Oh, we're done. What has a 35 cents price tag? It looks like the apple up here, 35 cents. All right, let's keep going. Here we go. We have this guy again. That's our 50 cent guy, our half dollar. Half of 100 is 50. And now we have a whole bunch of dimes. All these dimes are worth 10 cents. So I'm going to write 10 cents on them all. And now we can start at 50 and count on by 10. Here we go. 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. We have 100 cents. And 100 cents we know is the same as $1. $1. So it looks like this car is $1. We'll draw it down to there. Let's look at this next one. We have 10 cents, which is our dime, and then 3 nickels, which are worth 5 cents each. So let's start with 10 and then count on by 5s. Here we go. 10, 15, 20, 25. So let's find our 25-cent guy. It looks like this. What is that? Is that a popsicle? Yeah. Down to that purse. And we have one more. Remember, we're starting with our highest. So we're going to start with our quarters. We have 25 cents and 25 cents. We have a nickel that's 5 cents and a dime that's 10 cents. So 2 quarters, 25 plus 25 is 50. So we'll start with 50 and we'll count on by 10, 50, 60. Now we're going to switch to 5, 65. And if you notice, there's only one left anyway. It must be our kite. A 65-cent kite. Awesome. All right, and that's that page. Now on our next page, this is our last page for the day. You're going to count and put in the amount. Again, if you would like to do this on your own, you can turn it off and try to do it on your own. Or you can leave me on and I'm going to do it with you. All right, here we go. Let's do this together. So the first thing I want to do is I want to find my biggest coin, which is going to be this $50, which is worth 50 cents. Now I have my 3 dimes, which are worth how much? 10 cents each. And you don't have to write this on it if you don't want, but this can help you to add them all up. We'll start with 50 and we'll count on by 10. Ready? 50, 60, 70, 80. We have 80 cents. So the way we write 80 cents is an 8 and a 0 for 80, and then make sure that you're writing your cent sign. Let's go over to this one. We have 3 quarters, and if we have 3 quarters, that is 75 cents because 25 plus 25 is 50. Add another 25 and you have 75. And then we have 2 dimes, which are 10. So let's count on from 75 by 10. 75, 85, 95. We have 95 cents. Let's look at this next one. And if I'm going too fast, pause me and you can catch up or rewind me. Here we go. We're going to start with our big quarter, which is 25 cents. And since we have so many, let's go ahead and label them. We have a dime, which is 10 cents. We have a nickel, which is 5 cents. We have 3 pennies, which are 1 cent each. Here we go. Let's start with our 25 and we'll count on first by 10, then by 5, then by 1s. 25, 35, 40, 41, 42, 43. We have 43 cents. Let's look at this next one. We have 25 cents for our quarter, 5 cents for our nickel, and 10 cents for our dimes. Let's start with the highest, 25, 35, 45, 50. You might notice, remember how in first grade we count by 10s and 5s all year long and 2s? This is one great reason why we learn to count by 10s and 5s, because when we go to start adding money, we already know how to count by 10s and 5s and 1s, so it's easier to add these up. Now we have 50 cents, 25 cents, 10 cents, and 2 pennies, which are 1 cent each. 50 plus 25 is 75, plus 10, so we'll count on 75, 85, 86, 87. We have 87 cents. All right, I'm not allowed to go over 15 minutes on YouTube, so I can't do the rest. I want you to try the rest on your own or with a parent. If you can't figure it out, call me or just leave them blank, okay? I'll see you later. Bye-bye.